starting. All right. Welcome to our second week of March Madness Health Edition. Teresa and I get to talk about the reset with you today, and we are excited. So, just as a reminder, last week we had our challenge of pros and cons about your health. And if you did that, if you sent that to Teresa or whoever invited you to the call, then you were entered into the drawing, an extra entry into the drawing. And then if you are attending our calls live, then we also will add you into our drawing. So it's for $50 and we will do that drawing on the 5th week. So last week I got to share my story. So this week, Teresa will share her story, and then we will both share a little bit about our experiences in using the reset. But I just want to get started, jump in, and we don't want to waste any more time because I know everybody's busy. So first of all, I love fun facts. So here is a fun fact. American adults on average consume 77 grams of sugar per day. That is more than 3 times the recommended amount for women, and add up to about 60 pounds of added sugar annually. It kind of blows my mind, honestly, that we consume that much. But why do I share this? It's not to discourage you, I promise. The reason I share this is because when your gut is out of balance, then you tend to crave more sugar. So now that is why here comes the reset. So with the reset, it will help bring your gut and your body back to balance and start you on an overall healthier path. The reset is nutritionally supported. And so it's going to help reset your metabolism. And it's going to do this by restoring the balance to your system while providing your body with optimal nourishment. That's important. So the system works at a cellular level. So it's going to help with revitalizing, refreshing, and restoring the balance to your body with premium products. Teresa actually will go over each product in just a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure we understand the importance with the premium products is these are going to give you the nutrients and the proteins that you need for those 3 days that you're doing the reset. So you may feel a little bit hungry, but I promise you won't starve when you do it. So now to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. So this is the reset. This is the box that it will come in. And when you open it, you will see these 3 boxes in here. And on each box, it will have everything you take for those days. And again, Teresa will go over that with you in just a minute. But in the box, we will also get this cute little booklet. So I want to go over some of the things that you'll find in this booklet, as well as some tips and tricks while doing the reset. First of all, pick 3 days that are consecutive that works for you. I would suggest to not do the reset during a big event. I don't think it'll turn out so well. So you want to pick 3 days that work for you. For me, I always pick Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during the week. Weekends are not busy enough, so I tend to snack more. And I like to go out with my husband, and I don't want to take my little bowl of soup into the restaurant. So that's when I do it. So you want to find 3 days that work best for you. Now, there is a plan with the reset. This is backed by science, so it's important to follow that plan. And you'll get the best results when you do that. Also, there is a program called Plexus Pivotal. This is free for anybody that is a VIP member. And the cool thing with Plexus Pivotal, that is a tongue twister, it's going to give you resources for nutrients, movement, and motivation. All 3 is so important as you're transitioning from doing the reset into just normal everyday life to continue down that healthy journey. So I want you to think about something. Think about what you're doing right now or before you started taking Plexus. Was it working for you? Okay, now I want you to think about this. If you were to adjust your eating, I like to call it a lifestyle. I hate saying diet because I feel like diet is such a short-term thing and it's not sustainable. So when I look at a lifestyle, This feels more long-term and more sustainable. So having meals that support your health goals, like what's in Pivotal, that's going to taste good and give you nutrients you need, is going to help you continue down your path. It's also going to have those movements and motivation to help you continue to support your body. And again, this program is free to VIP members. So why not take advantage of it, right? Now, some tips before you start your reset. Take before and after pictures. I know, mind blown, right? So many people hate taking selfies. They're not comfortable with it, but I promise you that if you take a before and after picture, it will help you to see your results. So some tips: wear fitted clothing or even a sports bra and leggings. This will help you to see the definition and how your body has changed over those 3 days. If you wear a big t-shirt and baggy pants, you're not going to see as much. Some people actually do not lose weight during the reset. This is more unusual, but that's why I would suggest to also take your measurements. So this is going to be a good way to track your results as well. And I usually do a neck, chest, waist, hips, thighs. That's where I normally take measurements so I can see the difference as well. But either way is important to see your progress. And when you do before and after pictures and take measurements, then if you decide to share, you can. Okay. Now, while doing the reset, for me, it was a mental battle. It was fully mental the first day. So having a person to support you or a group is going to be fantastic. For me, I had my husband the first time, and it was so great to have him there doing it with me. So find a friend, a family member, the person that invited you here or your sponsor, and have them help support you when you're feeling tempted to snack, when you don't want to stick to the plan, or when you're just mentally done. Reach out to them, let them know, and they can help them and be your support. This is so important. Okay. So, also, if you exercise regularly, make sure the workouts that you do during the reset are light and low intensity. You don't have a ton of extra calories, so you want to keep that in mind when planning your workouts so you're not exhausted. Now, for the soups, this is probably one of the biggest things for me that I struggle with. So it was nice to have some tips to help them to taste better and to my liking. So with the bone broth, one of the things that I liked was adding a steak seasoning. And I even did the 1/4 cup of chopped carrots and celery with it while it cooked to give it some texture and a little bit more flavor, which I really liked. For the collagen soup, I actually enjoyed having basil, salt and pepper, and a squeeze of lime juice. So find some different things, seasonings that you like, and add it to your soups. You just want to make sure that they don't have any extra sweeteners. So that's the biggest thing there. We don't want to add sugar to what you're doing. The Restore, for me, I enjoyed it the most in 4 ounces of water, and I chugged it. And then I chased it with 8 to 10 ounces more of water to make sure I have the hydration. Other people really liked it as like a warm cup of tea at the end of the day. And some people enjoyed it cold. So you have 3 days to find what you prefer. Try it these different ways and see which one you like the best. Some people, yeah, Teresa's saying she likes it cold. Let's see what other comments say. Yeah, and it is great for each end of each day to help support your body and to restore it, hence the name. So now, water. I know that lots of people don't love drinking water. That's okay. We want to get used to drinking water. So normally every day, you want to drink half your body weight in water. During the reset, I would suggest to drink even more than that. It's going to help with hunger headaches. It's going to help curb your appetite. And then drinking in between each thing that you're taking is just going to mentally help you to feel fuller longer. So when I did the reset, I drank about 1 gallon of water each day to help with that. Also, if you are taking Plexus currently, you want to make sure you keep taking your supplements. So, and if you have questions about that, again, you can talk to your sponsor. Now, when I did the reset, the main thing I noticed on the beginning of day 2 was there was no stiffness in my neck. That's normally where I have a struggle, and that totally went away after day 2, which was really cool. On the 3rd day, I noticed I had lots of energy, and I played with my kids, and we went to the beach, and it was great. It was so much fun, and I loved that I felt that good. The best part about this is it's so easy. You literally have 3 boxes for 3 days of everything you need. No prepping, no cooking meals, no thinking about what snack to choose. It's all right there for you, ready when you are. I love this part. So the last time I did the reset, when I completed it, I was down 4.5 inches overall and down 5 pounds. Pretty great, right? So now anybody that is on this call, if you would like to lose 5 pounds or more, I would love to see a 1 in the comments. Because most of the time, most people want to lose at least 5 pounds. So this is a great way to get those extra 5 pounds and even more. I love seeing the ones. Yes. So that is lots of ones from Jess. I love it. Okay, so now I will turn the time over to Teresa. She's going to go over the products. She's going to share her story, and then she will share our weekly challenge. And then if there's questions at the end, we will be happy to answer those.
Okay, thank you, Autumn. You guys, I love the reset. I was very skeptical when it came out because I'm not a fan of fasting. I've never been able to fast without getting lightheaded or feeling like I was super weak. But this is actually something that I can handle. And that's been really surprising to me all 3 times that I've done it. The first time that I did the reset, I did it with my husband, kind of like Autumn. And it was really nice to do it with him, to have an accountability partner, because like if he was having a hard time, I could talk him through it, and then vice versa. So if you're going to do the reset, get an accountability partner, and that way you can actually make it through, because it is a mental challenge because we're so used to consuming food all the time. We eat when we're bored. We eat when we get together for celebrations. Like, food is involved in everything that we do. And like for me, being Mexican, that food is like the center of everything. Family and food, it's like, that's what it's all about. So this reset has really trained my mind to kind of think about food differently. And I've really enjoyed how each time that I've done it, I've learned something new about my body, and just kind of more of like what I can actually handle as far as like food intake and stuff. So like I was saying, sometimes our bodies, they need help resetting themselves, because when we go on vacation or when we have celebrations or anything like that and there's food involved, we tend to overeat. That's just what we do. And there's nothing to be ashamed of, because I don't feel like there should be guilt associated with eating food. But indulging every once in a while, that's great. That's what, like, that's okay. We're there to celebrate. But however, we do owe it to our bodies to kind of help them afterwards, to kind of reset and, be able to focus on our overall health and well-being. So I love that this 3-day metabolically, I can't even say that word, you guys, metabolically supported fast. We get just that. And it's all in a box, kind of like the one Autumn showed you. I have my box here too. And I love that at the back of the box, you can check off as you go. I'm a list person, so checking that off at the end of the day is kind of like, I did it, So to start off the day, the first thing that you're actually going to consume is a stick of the hydrate, not the slim, the hydrate. So the hydrate is something that's going to replenish our body of electrolytes and essential minerals that our body craves in the morning. Because I don't know if you know this, but a lot of us wake up in the morning and we're dehydrated because we've been sleeping, and our bodies need that hydration, and especially those electrolyte replacements. So it contains electrolyte minerals plus aloe vera, tart cherry, coconut water powder, sea salt, watermelon juice, zinc, and vitamin C. So it's packed with a lot. And this is my personally favorite flavor, the lemon lime. We have two flavors. This is the one that comes with the reset. And I absolutely love this flavor. I drink this every day, regardless if I'm on the reset or not. So this is something that's just, I think it's really delicious. It tastes like lemonade, honestly. And then I had a question for all of you on the call. I want to know if you guys are breakfast eaters. If you are a breakfast eater, drop a 1 in the comments. And then I want to share something really interesting. So did you guys know that eating breakfast wasn't a thing until the cereal companies of America decided that they needed a slogan for their cereal? So they started these commercials with the slogan saying, the most important meal of the day, or something along those lines. You can go back to like watch the early 80s and 90s commercials, and they all make it sound like breakfast is like the most crucial meal of the day. But that's a myth. It's a totally made up thing that they did just to sell more cereal. But now we all have that mentality because that's how we were raised, right? I'm assuming like we're all kind of born in the 80s, 90s. So that's how we were all born. And so bodies were not intended to consume as much as we give them. So this is another reason why the reset is so good. So after you've drank the hydrate, the thing that you're going to do is, I love the breakfast that we get with it. It comes in a much smaller pack, but it's the lean whey milk chocolate flavor. It's really yummy. You get to mix it with some milk and you get some calories there, but also a lot of protein. It has, I think, hold on, I think I wrote it somewhere, 21 grams of protein per serving. So that's awesome because it helps maintain lean muscle and it helps keep you fuller longer. I drink the hydrate, and then within like an hour I have the lean, and I will be full for hours and I won't need to eat anything until in the afternoon. So that's also really helpful. It keeps you full. And then we're going to introduce, we talked about this last week because this is a part of the triplex that we talked about, but it's the slim hunger control, and it helps prevent feelings of fullness and satiety, and it helps reduce cravings, which is really good when you're, reducing your calorie intake. And let's see, then for lunch, I don't have those anymore, but for lunch you get the collagen bone broth. I know that this is a lot of times this is what people struggle with the most when they're doing the reset. But I love that they've sent tips to make it taste better for you with different seasonings. You can actually even mix it with your tomato collagen soup at night. I've done that. It tastes yummy, but I will say that I like the bone broth warmed up. So that's what I do. I take my cup and I just fill it up with water, and then I just mix it, and it tastes a lot better that way. This is also, so it's also really full of protein, which is great too. I'm not sure if Autumn talked about overall how many grams of protein that we get with the reset. I think, well, I don't want to say it wrong. I'll have to like calculate that at the end maybe and let you guys know. But the bone broth has equivalent to 20 grams of easily absorbed grass-fed bovine per serving. So that's how many grams you're getting of of protein with the collagen bone broth. And then as you move on throughout the day, the next thing on the list of to-dos, right, is you're going to get to chew. You actually get to chew. I love that part of the reset. A lot of people don't like the fact that it's just like a liquid diet sometimes, but this is actually something that you get to chew. And to me, it tastes really yummy. It is a matcha bar, and it has prebiotic tapioca fiber to help support gut health. And it's a pretty little bar, but honestly, it's pretty filling because you're already used to reducing your calories too. And this also contains 7 grams of protein. So there it is, Jess is holding it up. But that's what you get with that one. You get 7 grams of protein. So as you see, this is definitely something that's like you're still getting calories and you're still getting that protein, which is so essential to build that lean muscle and burn fat. And I love that about the reset. Towards the afternoon, something that most people do, I do not actually drink the active just because I am hypersensitive to any type of caffeine. And what's in here is just like the natural caffeine. But my husband, this is his favorite part of the reset when he does it. And it kind of gives you that boost that you need at the end of the day. He drinks it about probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he loves the flavor that you get with it. The active is, it has bioavailable forms of vitamins A, C, E, and B, and then the flavor is starfruit guava. And then it kind of gives you that mental clarity and a boost for the rest of your day so that you're not mentally drained, and it makes it that much more, hard to stay on track with your reset. And then at the very, very end, you have just 2 things left. For dinner time, you get the yummy collagen tomato soup. That one contains 20 grams of hydrolyzed grass-fed bovine collagen per serving. So again, you get more collagen, which is great, to just help support those muscles in your body. It's a tomato herb soup, and you can season it however you want to taste. Personally, I don't do anything to the tomato soup when I drink it. I do add things to the bone broth soup, but they both have a lot of benefits to them, and that's just what makes them so great. And then the very last thing, when I commented about how I drink it, I drink my Restore with ice, and it's almost like a tea that you're drinking. Oh, sorry, my phone went off. It's almost like it's like a tea that you're drinking. I'm not a tea drinker, but it tastes just really good with that ice. And I mean, if you needed to chew on the ice too, I guess you could do that as well. But yeah, I really liked it that way. The Restore brings your body back to the natural state of homeostasis and supports your body's natural defenses against environmental toxins and stressors. We kind of talked about that last week too. We have a lot of environmental stressors and toxins, and so it's really good that the Restore kind of helps our bodies fight against that. And then it also includes 3 carefully crafted proprietary blends. So there's a cellular defense blend, the digestion support blend, and then the appetite control blend. So with those 3 things, I feel like that drink is just the right thing that you need to going into bed, because when you're sleeping, that's when your body's resting. And that's why every consecutive day that you're on the reset, you see that you've lost even more weight, right? Because your body is burning off all that fat while you're sleeping. And then what I love the most about all of our products, as always, is that everything is gluten-free, non-GMO, non-GMA, and then has no artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives. So with all that being said, it's a pretty easy regimen, I think, and it never gets overwhelming. Like I said, there's like a little check-off box on each one of the boxes that you can go and check off. And the boxes are not that big. So like everything that you would need to eat the first day is in this box, right? And then all the boxes are the same size. And I really enjoy that it's so simple, and they've made it that much more easy for everyone, because we're all busy and we all just kind of sometimes want an easy fix, right? But however, I will say this. So I've done the reset 3 times. The first time I did it, I lost 5 pounds and then 3 inches overall, and I felt pretty good, but it was definitely a challenge for me. And then the second time I did it, it was that much more easily done, and I really figured out how I like the products, and I made them that way. And then this third time, I think my body just knew what it was supposed to do, because this last time that I did it, my body, it was crazy. Every morning I stepped on the scale, I was losing like 3 to 4 pounds. So on the 4th day after the reset, when all was said and done, I had lost 12 pounds. And I was like, I even checked my scale. I was like, there's no way I lost 12 pounds in 3 days. But I think the more you do it, the more your body knows what it's doing, and it is more capable of burning that fat, because it knows that food isn't coming, right? So like I said, we're so used to eating all the time, but if we train our bodies to go without that food, then it's okay that it's going to burn all that fat for you. Like, this is why this is so great, because you're not starving yourself, but you are, and you're still providing your body with protein and collagen and everything that it needs. But you learn so much from yourself. Like, I used to think that I depended on food. Like I said, I was never able to fast because I would get so shaky and dizzy and lightheaded. And now I fast and I don't mind it at all. And it doesn't affect me the way it used to. And I could probably go even longer fasting and just, staying well hydrated. So the reset is definitely something that I would suggest to people that are wanting to kind of maybe move along in that plateau of their weight loss journey. And I think for the reset, that's all I had to share. But like Autumn said, I am going to share a little bit about my story just really quick. I'll sum it up. So I've been on the products for about 2.5 years, and that's crazy to think about because that's a long time, but at the same time it's not. And I started because after my fourth baby, I was having a really hard time losing any weight. So I was like 5, 6 months postpartum, and I still looked pregnant. I still felt pregnant. I was really sluggish, uncomfortable in my own body. My pants didn't fit right. I didn't like to wear tight clothes. I was just really uncomfortable in my own skin. And I was also exhausted all the time. I would come home from work and just go to sleep. And I would sleep for like 2 hours. I wake up for dinner, eat dinner, and then go back to bed as soon as I put the kids down. And that was I was miserable. And so I'd seen my friend starting to share about Plexus on Facebook, and I knew her from back in college. And so I was like, well, I mean, it's working for her, right? But it took me a while. So I watched her, and I think it was like a couple months in that she'd been posting consistently that I finally reached out to her, and I just said, okay, tell me more about these products. I kind of want to know. And then I told her my symptoms, and she started me on the triplex, and I was pretty lucky. Within 2 weeks, I was sleeping better. And my sugar cravings had completely gone. And I was somebody that depended on sugar to survive. Like I said, not a big caffeine person, but definitely I loved sugar. And so when I started, it was in September, and that October for Halloween, you know how candy is just like everywhere because it's Halloween and that's what you do. I bought a bag of candy, a few bags of candy, and I had one piece that entire October. And I was like, these products are actually working. This is insane. And so after that, I started kind of starting new products, and I realized that my gut health had been completely out of whack for so long. Like, depending on sugar is not normal, depending on naps is not normal. Feeling like something is seriously wrong with you, that's also not normal. I was somebody that was well known by the nurses and the doctors when I'd go to see my doctor, and that's not a good thing to brag about. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, hey, so and so and so and so, as you're walking down the halls of a hospital, right? And so that's what I was doing, and now I go for my yearly checkup, and that's about it. That's all that I need, and I love that, and it's completely transformed my life. And I dropped like 2 pant sizes. I've been able to maintain my weight, and overall, I just feel really, really good. And my husband is always complimenting me on like how my skin is just so much better, and how, like my hair, I noticed my hair is just so much thicker. And it has endless benefits, you guys. Like, I could go on and on about the benefits. But I know that, yeah, if you give it time and you're consistent, it's definitely going to pay off, and you're going to start to even feel like better and better. It's almost like you're aging backwards once you get to the root cause of everything. So, with that, we only have like a couple minutes left. And I was going to, Autumn, do you want me to go over the challenge for next week? Okay. So for next week, the challenge is we want you to reach out with questions to the person that invited you here, and just ask them, like just ask them any question, honestly. It could be about the reset or the triplex or anything that you're curious about. And we'd be happy to help you do that. So, and then you'll be entered into the drawing one more time to win that $50 at the end of the month. So that's exciting. I think that's it, right, Autumn?
Yeah, and is there any questions for before we lose our time?
No? Okay. Well, if you guys do have any questions, just reach out to us. Thank you for being on the call. We appreciate it. And we will see you guys next week.
Yep. See you later. Thank
Okay.
you.